and then you put in a chat, and as soon as, sorry, browser, my mistake, and then you will see something like this. And then you click on sign up. This software allows you, it's actually costly software, but we are using for part of the exercise. This type of software is known as called DB modeler, database modeler. Modeler means design. So we are using this software. There are many softwares you can use. This is just an example I'm giving you. Very popular software. It gives you some aspect free. So you can sign up. When you click on sign up, they will ask you, create an account and all. Go for that. Create an account. And they will ask you here, I don't know why they ask, but this drop-down box, make sure you select something. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I don't know why. Always select yes for time being, and you sign up. Once you sign up, give me thumbs up, at least I know it won't take more time. People on phone, just give me thumbs up. Okay, good. So I'm going to sign up. I normally use all my emails, so it will keep trying, but let's try one more time. So I'm going to use 02 hotmail.com, and then I'll use and I'm going to use yes, I've subscribed. It's not enabled yet. So they use password, uppercase, lowercase, and special character. So make sure you do that. Uppercase, lowercase, mixed character, special character, and then sign up. Pretty easy, right? Make sure you use email, because if you forgot password, you can get that. So email address and the password, use one of the capital letter, some letters, uppercase, numeric letters, and special characters. And make sure you do yes, subscribe, and then sign up. And I'm hoping you are in. So they send me email. Do you guys agree? They send me email. So now I should be checking email for a second. I'll put a link in the chat. Put a link in the chat. Ruchi, I'll add you. Yep. So I'll add a link in the chat so you can do. Meantime, so I'm going to copy this link and I'm using here. So I'm going to paste it here and I activate my account. And email is confirmed. So now I'm going to sign. Make sense or no? I'm showing you. I'm hoping you guys are all doing that. So I have Hartman. One of my friends, please see on the screen and don't take too much time because I need to do lab. Okay, if you're behind, you will be in parking lot, I'll be in Chicago. Okay, so make sure you work with me. Don't take too much time, okay? And I'm signing. And I'm in. Can I count everyone is here so far? Yes. If you are not here, you are too slow. You may want to watch recording later. No worries about it. So if you are, I'm going to exit out this one. I'm not going to go over the demo and all. So at this moment, we all should be here.
I have a question in mind.
Sure. Yes, please.
I have gone through all this afternoon, but I have the site open, but it gave me a choose data type, and I have Snowflake, all kind of.
I'm coming. You're too ahead, my friend. Chris, give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes.
Okay.
You're ahead, my friend.
Oh, okay.
I'm driving towards Chicago. You are already in Chicago.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
So wait for a minute. I'm coming.
Oh, sure.
Wait for me. Okay. Don't go alone in Sears Tower. We'll go together. Okay. So he's fast, a motivated guy. Awesome. Right. So at least basic, all of you are at least with me. So first of all, bus is going to start. We're going to go towards Chicago. Ready? So please understand, we are creating project. This software will only last for a couple of weeks. So you will have to do homework in next 5 days, because next day when you come, that this software might expire. Good news, create a new email, create a new account. Make sense? So don't cry, my account is, create a new email. Gmail allows only in less than 2 minutes your new account, and then you can start again. Make sense? Be creative. So create project is the first click we're gonna do. Now, when we do create project, it's gonna ask you a lot of things, as my friend Chris was asking. It will ask you a lot of details about that, what kind of database you're doing. Right now, we are using cloud. This is all cloud. We are not installing any software. And last, I think Vibhuti asked, right, a question last week, what software we are going to install. I used to install the software. But because you are too many, then you have varieties of computers, very different type of computer. There is no guarantee it will work. So that's why we use cloud, guaranteed it will work, because cloud is same for all, right? So this is the cloud database. We don't have to install, but these are cloud enabled data modeler. We are using right now data modeler. Data modeler things will help you to design the ERD. ERD stands for Entity Relationship Diagram. In order for you to design entity relationship diagram, you need to understand the step which I explained before the break. That's called normalization, step by step, right? Now I'm going to show you how to design. And for this, remember we were talking about DBMS, RDBMS and all. So database is a concept. But that concept we use with a particular software. So right now you can see these are software. Now, all those software works a little bit different, but 90% they are same. So they all work similar way. But then there are some differences out there. So the high level, there are two differences. We talk about OLTP. Do you guys remember we talk about? And then we talk about OLAP, right? And I clearly mentioned this is we are not going to cover right now, because these are no SQL. Their design is quite different. And these are SQL or transactional or RDBMS. What is RDBMS means? So we are designing based on that. So if I focus on these one, they are almost 99% similar. So you can pick any of them. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to pick only Oracle. Sorry, any question? No questions, right? So we are going to use Oracle because that's what we are focusing in the class. But if you want to use Microsoft SQL Server, that works exactly the same way. Instead of selecting this, you do this. When you design, listen carefully. When you design, that concept is 3-step. Listen carefully. I'll go next. When I build a house, will I build a house or will I do blueprint first? Then I will build house. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
When I build house, that time I have to select what color of bricks I need to use. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
But when I'm doing blueprint, do I care about which brick I'm going to use? Say yes or no. No. So when you design ER diagram, listen, Mr. Paulson, focus here. ER diagram is a concept. It's a concept. And if you know how to design concept, the maximum money is here. Average people make $400 to $600 per hour. That's what you're going to learn right now. No one teach this thing in database design class, which is a SQL class. The detail which I explain, exactly same thing they do, but they make $400, $500 per hour. It's a concept, because something is not there, you're creating. The person who design blueprint make maximum money. The person who does builder, the bricks and all, make hardly $20 per hour. Because developers you will find hundreds, designer you find less. Make sense?
Yes.
So first thing is a concept, what I want. Then you kind of decorate a little bit more. And that is called logical. Logical, when you do, you need a modeling software. Modeling software. So currently what we are using, we are using modeling software. But last 1.5 hours, I was preparing a concept. Do you guys agree or not? Because I know it, I use it. So I explain concept. That was a real goal But without concept, if you try to do, you're kind of doing something without understanding. Makes sense or not? So concept is very, very important. People will really appreciate your effort because you are helping them how to create it. Once there is agreement between you and customers and your team, then you do modeling. That's what we are doing now. That is called logical. Logical means when I do logical, and if I share people in a different country or different part of the universe, they all will understand. Let me explain. If I ask my daughter when she was very, very young, she draw something like that, and she asked, "What is this?" Huh? So do you agree that it's questionable? I don't even know. So I always ask simple questions. So what you like me to see? So she give me clue. And as soon as she say, "Oh, it's dynamic," right? So when you write a concept, it's a questionable. It requires a lot of discussions. And that is the reason concept is very subjective. You can use sketch paper, you can use whiteboard, you can use napkin diagram. Concept, what you want. So example, I have a meeting with architect, building a house, ground up. The plain ground is there. First question, architect asks, what kind of house you want? Ranch or colonial? Colonial. How many rooms you want? He's gonna use paper and pencil just in 2 minutes. He's gonna give me floor plan. Will it be accurate? No. Will it be clear? Yes. 4 rooms. I will see my room there. I will also see master bedroom, kitchen, and everything in 2 minutes. Because he was in front of me. He was explaining. And that's called concept. It starts here, and immediately you can explain. But if you share that to someone, no one will understand. Because that required that person who came up with that concept. Do you guys agree? Yes, sir. Clear? But that is not going to help here. So from that concept, we need to use modeling tool and to convert into proper thing, which we call ERD. ERD stands for Entity Relationship Diagram, where you will have table, column, primary key, foreign key, data types, required, not required, one-to-one relationship, one-to-many. Entire world knows because that is the training they have taken, database training. So for logical, database training is important. And from logical, next week, we are going to do SQL. When we do SQL command through, we develop real table that's called physical. So first is the concept, second is the logic, and third is the physical. So physical, you literally do on a DBMS. So when I use DBMS Oracle, I create it, Oracle database. But right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Oracle as a reference, but I'm not creating, I'm drawing it. Do you guys understand? Drawing and creating is different. When the architect gives you blueprint, he's a drawing, but he's not building it. Do you agree? Is it a good idea, bad idea? Drawing first, building later, or building first and drawing later? If it is not good, you use just eraser and just change it. Very quick. So it takes less time to modify, easy to do it. So that's why model first. This is called MDA. Speak with me. Again, model driven architecture. Model driven architecture is nothing but bottom up. You do bottom means model, and driven architecture means program and form. But there is a reverse aspect also. Reverse aspect means you do application first and then you do database, which is good, bad, very bad. I normally don't do, the only case I do it when I had re-engineering, because existing project is there where I have to do it. So for several, so if somebody asks in interview question, how many types of database design? 3. First is concept, second is, and third is, today we are focusing on concept and logical. Physical will do next week. So now click on Oracle. You guys are doing great, by the way. So click on Oracle. It is asking question on-prem. It is asking question on-prem and cloud. So cloud means doesn't matter for us because we are doing anyhow logical. So we don't have to worry about We're gonna click on new. We're gonna click on.
My screen it says like request a demo.
Just cancel. You're still in a parking lot. I'm driving towards Chicago. Okay, my bus is going on. Okay, I thought X. You mark X and select this new. Okay, so far so good. Right? Now click on new, and when you click on new, you get this dialog box. So it's going to take a little time because you all are clicking at the same time. The company may think, oh guys, we are in demand. More people are coming to us, right?
Can we go back a little bit? I click not the new.
Just click on new because I cannot go back now, Chris.
It's gone.
Huh? Sorry?
It's gone. How do I go back to the page?
No, don't worry about it. You may come here. Don't worry about it. If you say next, just follow next, and just follow next, and just cancel that. Okay? Next and done. It takes a couple of minutes. And don't do this thing. Just click on X here. When you come here, next, and you come here.
Can you please explain again?
There's nothing to explain. When you say next, and X, because you need to come out from here. So there was next. They asked me next. I just next. And when you come here, you just click on X. Because I didn't do anything. I just want to come here, right? And the only way I can come here is next. First we click on new, right? And then it asks next. I was just clicking next. And then there is a box where I can X. I don't want to upgrade because I want 14 days free trial. Give me thumbs up if you are here. Okay. Remember, you are in my bus. If you are in someone else's bus, I may not know where you are. In that case, I'll give you recording where you can take different bus and you can route, come back and go to Chicago. As long as you are here, you're good. Chris, you are here?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, please understand. Don't feel awkward if you are not here. It happens. You might be in a wrong bus. You can come back. Recording, sir. That's the reason I give you recording. In that case, don't feel guilty or awkward. Watch because you're understanding. You are going to do that homework also. So that time you will watch recording. You will be able to do that. Don't worry about it. Make sure. Yes.
It's asking me only demo. It's not giving me option new.
Yeah, I had the same question.
No, there was
only for the Oracle it says. For the other, like for the Microsoft SQL, it says the new.
Just do for. See, I just did in front of you, right? But if you are having a other database, MySQL, select MySQL and just set new and follow it. Right? Pick any database because it doesn't matter, to be honest with you right now, because we are doing logical. So select new. Maybe if Oracle doesn't work for you, select MySQL. Okay. Select new. Next, and close X, and you should come here. Okay. I'm hoping everyone.
I have a question.
Sure.
So it says I only have 8 days left because I signed up like earlier. Is that enough time?
8 days is fine. As I said before, you are doing homework, right? And then when you want to do new again, you can create a new account and you can have another 14 days.
Oh, okay.
So you're fine. Vibhuti, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, please allow me because I should count the time. We have 16-17 minutes. So I have to complete this exercise. Otherwise, how are you going to do homework? Okay. So if you have questions, hold your horses, but follow the flow. I would request you, don't fight with the computer right now. Pay attention. If you are not able to do the next, you can do tomorrow. I'll give you the coding, but right now I won't pay attention. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Do not ask any question, just follow. I'm going to draw it because I don't have too much time right now, making sure you are doing the lab. So first thing first, I'm going to give you a clue. This, don't click anywhere, okay? Because we are in Chicago doesn't mean any parking lot you can go. Make sure you see what I'm explaining. This is the table. Listen carefully. We're going to click here and then we'll click anywhere here. When we do that, it will give you this kind of compartments. We will add a table name first compartment. The second table compartment will add a primary key. The third compartment will add a columns data types. And then we'll also specify required or not required. Remember, we talk about required means not required. Those are called constraint. Constraint means rules. So you can have constraint unique, which has to be unique. You can say required, or you can say default. We'll talk about next class also, but these are constraints. So I'm going to do that. Once we create one table, we'll create a second table. And then once we create second table, we'll do the same exercise. Then we'll create third table. Now you are more confident because you've done 3 times. Then we'll do relationship. And that is the ERD. I'm going to do 3 tables. But when you do homework, you're going to do 7 tables. How many tables? 7. But if I do 3, adding 4 should not be rocket science. Make sense? If I say movie, actor, director, you can have producer, right? You can have other things also, genre and all. If I say book, you can have author, you can have store, you can have category. You come up with that, right? There is no wrong or right. I want you to think about it. Sounds good? So let's get started. Slow, go easy, don't do fast. Click on this 4 square, click on it. Say yes.
Yes.
And then you click anywhere in this space. Do you see this mouse anywhere? And as soon as you click, you get this type of dialog box. When you write a table, try to write table in singular and in one way, lowercase or uppercase. So here I'm going to use singular. So we'll start with the student. Lowercase, do not write students. So this is your table name. Right? See, this is not hard at all, guys. Follow this flow and you will be fine. Now, student. Here, I'm going to write primary key and data type. So I'm going to click here and I'll say SID. And in data types, I'm going to type IN, and you can see that it is going to give me integer. And I select that. So I just type SID here, and I just type IN, and it gives me integer. So I select that.
There's no decimal, right?
Yeah, of course, it's an integer, right? So far, so congratulations. First is your table, always singular, and then your primary key. Remember, this section is the primary section. So we are not going to write anything here. Now we're going to write on a column section, which is the third section. So how many sections we have? 3. Table section, primary key section, and the column. Now I'm going to click here, and I'll say first. And I click here, and I'll say var varchar. It gives me varchar 200. I'm going to take it. Don't worry about varchar 2 or varchar, they are same. Newer version, they have varchar 2, but they are same, varchar. And 200 is a size. Now you say, oh, I don't want first name 200. You can just double click here and make it 40, 50, whatever you want. That's a size. So your first name can allow 30 characters. There is no wrong or right answer. Go reasonable. So double click and change it. Doable?
Yes, sir.
So this is the column, and you can see here not null. So if you click on that, see, always see on the screen. If you click here, you are allowed to change. So if I change here, click here, it says null. And if I change again, if I click again, it's a not null. Not null means required. Not null means
Required.
and null means optional. Null means optional. Make sense or not? So first name I definitely need it. Do you guys agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Now same thing, click here and do last varchar, and I'm gonna write varchar here. I'll say varchar and 40 again, varchar 40 again. So you can see varchar 40. Make sense? So you got the idea. We added 2 columns. Now let's say I want to add birth date. So what am I going to do? DOD, and here I click on that and type DAT, and you will get date. Make sense?
DOD or DOD?
Whatever, that's fine. Birth of day or day of birth, whatever. So date. So you select here. This is your data types. Make sense? I talk about time, character, yes or no? Varchar, integer, Now I'm going to talk about, let's say, student. This student is like getting like a, what do you call? They are doing internship, so they make money, right? So we can say rate, hourly rate. So we'll say rate, and now rate means hourly rate. So they will, what do you call, charge maybe $15.20, and so now it will be numeric. Yes or no? So let's say numeric. So here numeric, and then you can specify here. Let's say in that case you're specifying like an they are not only giving me option number. They are not giving me a number. I think they're giving me number only. So I'll say number, and in number I'm going to specify, let's say maximum we're going to pay $99. So 2 before and 2 after. So 4, 2. Make sense? 4, 2. Everyone should know, right? 4, because 99.99. So that gives me 2 decimal and 2 after, right? So total 4. So you can see I use varieties of data type. Do you guys agree? Yes. Do you think it's hard? Now you click anywhere outside, and that will create a UML model. So this is called UML model. Now you say, what is this U and M and L? U stands for unified. U stands for unified. M stands for model. So unified modeling language. Unified modeling language. It means unified means entire world understand. Modeling means when I do this thing, anybody can understand. First thing, they will understand table name. They will understand primary key, and they will understand column. They will understand data types. Because without me telling, through this model, they will understand. So that's why it's a UML, Unified Modeling Language. Clear? Easy. But let's say if you want to make a change, double click on it. So you get the back. So double click anywhere here, and you get this thing, change it. If you made a mistake, don't cry, make the change. Once you make the change, click outside. If you want to make change again, double click. Pretty easy, right? Now, one table is done. Good to go? Yes, sir. Now let's do same thing. We're gonna do click here, and then we're gonna click here, and we're gonna say course. Okay, let's do it. So click here and click here. So first we'll say course. Course, right? Just pay attention. There is nothing hard. I draw it, I explain it. The only thing you need to do is just follow the flow. Remember, follow the flow. So course, the second thing we're going to write here is the primary key. So what is, we'll say CID. Yeah. And then we'll say again, course integer. Now it is possible, listen carefully. It is possible, hello, in America, at least in Northwestern, when I was studying, the course name were 3 character, like example, engineering, it start with E, management, it start with M. So if it is like that, then you can create a character, right? M01, M03, M05. In that case, everyone will have 3. If you have, you can do character also. Make sense or no? But right now I'm going to use integer just as a simplicity. So integer.
Is it SID or CID?
Because it's a course.
Okay.
If I take this C, right? So this is the reason I use course side. For student, it's simple, SID. Okay. For course, I'm clicking on the column, and I'll say course has a name or title. So we'll say course title. Like example Java, example QA, like that a title. And of course, there's a spelling. So I'm going to use varchar, and I'm going to use varchar maybe 50. It's more than enough, 50. Now, please understand, course like Oracle, course like Java, course like a database, course like PMP, like that. Now, course has a fees. Now I want to write fees. So again, it's a number. Here they give me number. So I'm going to select number. But normally, let's say our fees for course, let's say between 2,000 to maybe 4,000. So now, if I want to do that, so 4,000 means already 4 digit, and maybe there will be a decimal. So it's a good idea that you get to say 4 and decimal 2. So 6, comma 2. Very simple. Make sense or not? Yes, sir. Now, course also, Sorry?
Over there in the interest of number, can we put in?
No, it won't. It won't work, right? Because integer is a pure number. How many friends you have?
Three.
How many computers you have? How many dependents you have? So that's a pure number, right? Now, course has hours. So we'll say hours, and let's say this course is only 24 hours. So in that case, we'll say integer because we don't use 24.50. We use that. So you can see these are my columns. These are my primary key, and this is my table. If you make mistake, you can double click and correct. There's no wrong or right answer. We are learning. Okay. Make sense or no? Now, after you do that, click somewhere outside. So it will come up with the table. So now you have two tables. Congratulations. You are doing fantastic job. Do you think it's hard at all? Ask yourself question. If I just go and do it, you can still do it without understanding. But right now you're doing with understanding. Make sense or not? Each table has a primary key and each tables are independent. Now I want to do relationship. When I do relationship, if I want to say student has one to many course, I may be wrong. But I know that one course can have many students also. So that's a many to many relationship. How do I break? By adding one more table. Yes or no? Yes. So let's add one more table. Make sure you see on the screen. Hello, people, see on the screen. Remember, it's important that you understand. Doing is one thing, understanding is much better than doing. Okay? Ideally, when you do it, you understand more. But if you're stuck somewhere, doesn't mean you stop understanding. That's the big mistake. Okay? Make sure you pay attention. So now third table. So let's click here and put it here. And we'll say table name is enroll. Table name is enroll. Now when you enroll, I want to keep track of when you enroll. The enrollment date. I want to know enrollment date and enrollment time. So if sometime people say, when did I enroll? I can find out that. Also, I want to have just like order ID, just like receipt ID, I want to have an enrollment ID. Make sense or no? So like enrollment 50, enrollment 60, enrollment 70, so I can easily figure it out. So right now I'll create enrollment ID. You guessed it, EID, integer. Doable so far? Now, I do not have a space here, so I'm going to click here and I'll come back and I'll do a little bit this way. I can move it around by dragging this guy. I can move it around in the middle. I can drag it so I can have some space. I don't have space. I double click and I'm back. So enrollment has enrollment ID. Now in a column, I'm going to do here, please pay attention. I'm going to say date, enrollment date, and I click here. Oh, my mistake. I can't select date because date is the reserved word because that is a data type. So I can say edate or enroll date, enroll underscore date. Do not give space. Enroll underscore date. Make sure you use underscore. You should never use space. Enroll underscore date, and I'll use a concept called date here, data type. And it's a good idea that I can use enroll underscore time. And I can use time here, timestamp. So this way, I can easily figure it out what day and time this person has enrolled. I can also say enrollment place. I can say on the enrollment channel. Channel means online, phone, or in person. There are different ways I can decorate enrollment. So far, so good. So enrollment table is done. Say yes or no. Now, I have two columns here. I have primary key, so total 3 columns, and I have a table. Now I'm going to click here, so I can see I have beautiful 3 tables. At this moment, if you have 3 tables, give me thumbs up, right? So these are called independent table. So if you notice that we have done this table right now. Now we are going on a step 2. Hello, we are going on a step 2. Person, make sure you pay attention. You are disturbing him also. Make sure you focus. Remember, understanding happens here. We are not focusing on doing, we are focusing on understanding. Because if you don't understand, you will not be able to do homework. Okay? So right now we have done table, which are independent table. Now we're going to do relationship. We already defined columns. Do you guys agree? So we are coming in a relationship. We do have primary key, but we don't have foreign key. So that will happen automatically. So what is foreign key? Listen carefully. So foreign key require parent key, and parent key is the primary key. So we do have primary key. So if a primary key exists in another table, if primary key exists in another table, if primary key exists in another table, become a foreign key. It means relationship establishment, you will get a foreign key. If you remove the relationship, foreign key will remove. So if you establish relationship, you will have two things. One primary key, one foreign key. So in this case, we have two tables. Student table, which has a parent key, primary table, and this will be our child table. So if I set up relationship, what will happen? Computer, if I do right way, computer will add this key here as a foreign key automatically. Why? Because without foreign key, relationship will not work. Same thing, if I do this key here, computer will automatically add foreign key. So in this table, how many foreign key I will have? 2. And how many parent table I have? 1 and 2. And this is child table. Make sense? So now, are you guys ready? Say yes. Now, you see this dotted line? In dotted line, there are many options. Don't ask me all right now. I'll cover next week. But click on the non-identifying relations, which is nothing but kind of weaker relationship. We'll talk more next week. Click on non-identifying relationship. Say yes. So when you do that, your mouse will change like this, right? Now, please follow me, because those who need a lot of help, make sure you pay attention. Now go to one table. In my case, I'm going to student table. I click on it. Exactly as SID. I click on it. Say yes. Yes. And then move your mouse and click on enrollment very close to like a columns where your enrollment date, just like this side. And as soon as you do that, relationship will establish. Say yes. Do you guys see that? Say yes. Yes. Pretty easy, right? So you click here, and then you click here, and you can see the dotted line relationship, and you can see beautifully foreign key is written here. Make sense? We'll do the same thing again. So click on dotted relationship. Say yes. Non-identified relationship. Yes. First, you're going to click on CID. Click on CID. And then you click close to, close to this small space you have. Close here. Make sure you don't select anything. Just close to this space. You can see my mouse. And as soon as you do that, ta-da! Do you think this is hard at all? I still don't understand why they make $200, $300. Huh? I think I should do better than this, right? Yes or no? And that's the mindset you need to have. That's the mindset you need. If you're making less, ask question why they're making more. Then you grow. Otherwise, you will not grow. This is like a beautiful thing. This is mind game. No hard working at all. Do you guys agree? Model is in front of you. Yes. So this model is called ERD. How many tables you have? 3. Right? Do you guys agree? Primary table and relate. So this is called ERD, entity relationship diagram. Entity relationship is there. Now, last 2 steps. I promised 10 minutes. I ask you to like 9:45. We are almost there. We have model. From model, I'm going to create commands. From model, I'm going to create commands. From models, I'm going to create command which is called forward engineering. But because we are using free software, they are not going to give us everything converted into command, but at least one table they will help us because we are using free. So check it out. Select your 3 table. Ideally, all tables this will convert as a command. Ideally, but because we are using free version, these people are pretty crazy. They give you only one table command, which is okay. We are learning. So if you move your mouse here, you will see here somewhere option called forward engineering. Do you guys see this? Say yes. Just click on it. Always remember, see on the screen and do it. I'm not asking anything special. So you click on forward engineering, you get a dialog box. They're not going to give you free everything, but they will ask, hey, you have not saved it. They will ask, oh, you have not saved it. So you need to save first. Otherwise, these people are not going to give you anything. So you have to click on save. So when you click on save, it is asking what you are saving. So I'll say college. Make sure you click on save. It is asking, hey, what you are saving? We're going to say college you are saving. And save this thing. So college is saved. Say yes. Now do you see generate SQL?
Yes.
So when you click on generate SQL, ta-da! Commands are created. And as I said, these people are crazy. They give you only one. Sorry, you don't get everything, but you got command, free command from your drawing. Make sense or no? Do you think it's hard at all? Creating a model to command is easy. In a real life, you may have a software which does everything for you. Now, reverse and all I'll cover next week. But before we end tonight's sessions, I want to give you